So basically, if you have a broom or a stick or something like this, you can put it over your shoulders and you can hold the broom or whatever. And then you can do all of your twists using this bar-like form. And it is so nice because it stops you from compensating with the shoulders and just forces you into the movement of the spine. I highly recommend it. If you got one laying around, you can do a bunch of poses with it now. So we take the broom and the arms rest on top, okay, or try to make them straight and strong as well. And now the left leg's on top, right leg's underneath, so hopefully you've got your broom or something now. We take the pelvis upright with the pelvis. So if you've got to sit up on blankets, do so. So you can get your pelvis upright and your low back in its natural curve, which is to be more concave. Lift up through the belly, lift up through the skull. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, lift up through the belly, up through the skull, rotate. It's also nice about the broom or whatever you got behind you. You can press your head back into it so that you can feel the cervical around the curve. So you just want to make sure that the broom or whatever is not pulling your head forward. Okay, so the head still is back and you're pressing your head, your throat and neck back so the head goes like almost over and like it's doing a back bend over the bar. Rotate. Now we're closing the twists towards the left leg. Now, bend the elbow, press the left ear back towards the back of your body, and then towards your right shoulder. And back to center. Let's keep the bar for one more if you've got one. And we'll do revolved side angle pose, okay? So it's a little bit like Warrior One, revolved side angle, in that the back toes are gonna be more like 45 degrees forward instead of like Warrior Two, like a T. So you'll step back, take the arms around the bar, step the left foot back in your Warrior One, and reach your arms wide. So, you know, instead of bending them and just kind of resting there, reach them straight and strong so you get really full activation. Tilt forward, take a breath in, head and throat back, and then rotate. Right knee bends. And use each breath. So inhale, get a long exhale, twist. All right, so with the chair, taking the weight off of the posture helps us to kind of see again a little bit where the hips should be. So if you take your legs out to the side, you're gonna have to be towards the edge of the chair, by the way. If you're too far back, the chair will inhibit your range of motion. But what I'm trying to do is use the edge of the chair to feel where my pelvis is. And now the front knee is in front of my pelvis. My back foot is in front of the pelvis. And this is perhaps a little extreme. My hips are a little bit far back, but I think that's a good thing to feel the opposite of what our tendency is, which is to sway the hips forward. Let's try Warrior Two. So you get here, pull your feet toward each other, draw inward and upward, and take the arms out to the side. We'll stay on the chair for now. But I'd like you to press your big toe mound down, scrunch up the sole of your foot, get all the muscles active, and even your right glutes. Press down through your right heel as if you're about to stand up off of the chair. If you wanted to come up off the chair, how would you activate your legs? What we're gonna try to do now is come up off the chair. So the way you do that is your groins are already back by sitting on the chair, right? You wanna make this a little bit more realistic. So bring your right foot closer to the right, and you should still see that there's a little V in the thigh bones coming into the pelvis, not straight out to the sides, but a slight V. And then without ruining that, you have to lean your chest forward a little bit, not your pelvis forward, and then press through your heels, keeping your groins back. So if you sit back down, right onto the chair should be okay. Chest forward slightly for counterbalance, push down through your feet, keep the groins back. Okay, then bring the chest and throat back without swaying the pelvis forward. Strong activation of the legs. Arms out to the side and gaze over to the front hand. Pulling your feet toward each other and pressing through the front heel. Strong active glutes. Groins are back so the thigh bones are coming in on that V angle. Pressing through the outer right heel. Reminder, arches of the foot. Toes. And if you can, sit back into the chair. All right, let's take side angle extended, right hand outside the right foot, left groin back. Make sure you're not swaying it too far forward. So then from this position, lean your head and chest to come off of the chair just a little bit, but keep the pelvis back so it's just hovering off the chair. Press down through your right heel and see if you can lift the pubic bone up and rotate the front of the pelvis up to the sky more, back of the pelvis underneath. Okay, lengthen, Tadasana in the arm, pull the shoulder down, rotate the bicep, and then Urdhva Hastasana. Reach, 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 reach. Push down through the right outer heel, get more lifted in the hips, groins back, right knee presses out, right outer heel presses down. Release the left hand, look down at the ground, lean back, chair, come on up. So Warrior 3 at the wall is one of the most challenging postures. So what I'm gonna recommend is putting 2 blocks underneath your palms so your chest is at hip height. So with the blocks at the highest height, take your right leg back and dorsiflex the foot. And now you're in a nice supported Warrior 3, left foot down. With the foot on the wall, left leg down on the ground, here's a great time to explore. Is my pelvis overly closed or is it overly open? Okay, so if you want, I suggest close the pelvis all the way just to the point where you feel your pubic bone and your left thigh bone collide gently, not hard. And then open up the pelvis a little bit away from that point until your right side of your pelvis is slightly above the left. And that will ensure that your left hip muscles have to activate. Now you'll notice when you do that, your left hip sags out to the left. Think your left outer hip, pull it back towards the wall and scoop your left tailbone. You have only one tailbone, by the way, left sit bone. And that will activate your left hamstrings and glutes. Now, your back leg straight and strong. And because our feet are on 2 surfaces, let's explore the big toe and pinky toe pressing into the surfaces. Left big toe and pinky toe into the ground, right big toe and pinky toe into the wall. Now, come up onto your fingertips. Now at this point, back leg straight and strong. If you feel or see your right foot is turning out to the right, point it straight down. Back knee straight and strong, and left sit bone scooping. Big toe and pinky toe pressing down. Is it possible to get lighter on the fingers? Lift the chest. Okay.